Hi, Pankaj sir.
Hello, Gaurav sir. Very good evening. How are
Very
you?
Yeah, I'm good. So yeah, good to go. We can start. Few people are joining in a couple of seconds, so we can continue because we committed 8 o'clock.
All right, great. Ready to fire. Hey everyone, good evening to all. Let me share my screen, then we'll start. Okay. Hope my screen is visible to everyone. Can someone confirm?
Yes, it is visible.
Good, great. Thank you so much for confirmation. So welcome you all in Network Kings. So here we'll do the training for the Palo Alto Firewall. So we will enjoy it together and learn how to configure the Palo Alto firewall, why we need a Palo Alto firewall, what the benefit of the Palo Alto firewall, in general, what is the benefit of the firewalls. So we also will try to compare the different firewalls and why we are going to use the Palo Alto firewall, right? So I'll be your trainer, and throughout the session, I'll guide you and we'll do the technical discussion. We'll do the like very, in-depth discussion from basic to advanced, why this Palo Alto firewall now become very, key thing in a market in security domain, even in the cloud, everyone talking about the Palo Alto firewall. While going to get the cloud solution, they're also deploying the Palo Alto cloud firewall in their cloud infrastructure like AWS, Azure, GCP. They all are using the feature of the Palo Alto. They all are doing the collaboration with the Palo Alto firewall. Okay, so that session is going to be very interesting and very live kind of the like I'll give the exposure to you all how the industry is running this Palo Alto firewall, how the configuration is going to happen from the zero, and our aim will become the hero after completion of this course. Okay, so whenever you have guys having any question, right, don't be hesitate, try to ask on fly after unmuting yourself, or might we put your query on the chat. I love to do the discussion, right? So not only the Palo Alto firewall, if you're having any kind of the question, anything, right? Anything coming in your mind, or you facing any difficulty while doing your jobs or like any projects, just have a discussion. So other people also get the exposure for that, and like might we get benefited for other people as well. And might be if I don't have a knowledge, so I'll upgrade my knowledge as well. So both way we'll have the two-way discussion, and after doing this all discussion, end goal is to learn something and which is going to boost our career, who is just going to be pursue for the higher roles, who is just going to pursue career in the security domains, or someone is like the very beginner, they want to learn the firewall, they are job seekers, so that is also going to help to everyone, right? So thank you all for joining the session. Let's start the session. Okay. So first of all, we'll try to understand why this Palo Alto firewall, and what is the advantage of this Palo Alto firewall, and what is the story before we going to any vendor specific firewall, why we need the firewalls, right? So these all things we'll try to understand in today's session. Along with that, what we are going to achieve after completion of this Palo Alto firewall course, right? So might be many of you are just preparing for the certification of the any of the Palo Alto firewalls like PC NSA or PC NSE. So I would say like this is the right thing, like Palo Alto Firewall, the course. So we are offering from Network Kings that is going to help you to complete both of the certification. No need to worry. So if you talk about the certification, so these two certification you will easily crack after doing this training. So this is like basics. I don't recommend you guys go and waste your money for this PC NSA. Directly, you can go for the PCNSE, that is a Palo Alto Network Certified Network Security Engineer, right? So this would be the good, and I would suggest if you're done with the course, go with this certification. You can easily crack that, and all the question will be the multiple choice questions. So you just have to like prepare the complete robust knowledge about the Palo Alto firewall, how the configuration, how the logical things, how the concept is going to be deployed. And then after you can prepare the exam and you can give their exams, right? So examination fee around $160 might be slightly, it has been increased if I am not wrong, but it would be around $175 or $160 around, right? Total examination fee. So that both of the like certification you guys can easily crack. There is no problem. It's up to you, but I would recommend go for this one, not this one. Okay, this is quite very easy. Okay. So this all for the certification. Now let's discuss why we need a firewall, right? So think about like we are not talking about the Palo Alto firewall or ASA firewall like Cisco ASA firewall or Fortinet firewall or FortiGate firewall, whatever supposed firewall, or any Microsoft Azure or any AWS firewall. We're having a lot of firewall flavor available in the market. Just think about why firewall is important. And trust me, if you understand any of the firewall, any of vendor in regard of any vendor, if you know the concept of the firewall, you can understand and you can deploy, you can work any of the firewall, but your basics should be very clear. If your basics are not clear, probably you will get like struggle to do any kind of the troubleshooting, any kind of deployment, any kind of the like implementation, design, whatever you want to do, you just have to struggle. So just focus on basics, just understand the concept, why it is required. If you understand the concept, if you having the good understanding about the basic networking, if I'm telling basic networking, what that means basic networking. So even if you are going for the firewall course and you don't have basic networking concept, I would say like people will have to struggle even doing the firewall troubleshooting and firewall configuration. You should know how the VLAN going to be configured. You should know how the static route need to be configured. You should know how the OSPF need to be configured. You should know how to like BGP need to be configured. Basic networking, that means you having a basic knowledge. Not I'm going to much deeper of the OSPF, but you should know like even the static route. You should know like VLANs. You should know how the switch port is going to be deployed, like what is the trunk port, what is the access port. This kind of concept you should know, right? Because what is going to happen, I have seen many of the engineers, they like working since very long in industry. They might having the 8-year experience, someone having a 10-year experience, someone 6 and 5-year, but they are still struggling in basic networking. Trust me, they are struggling in the basic networking. Why? Whenever we having any kind of the routing requirement in the firewall, whenever we having any kind of the VLAN mapping, any kind of trunking, any kind of the like advanced routing like BGP on OSPF, they fail to deploy. Why? Because they don't have basic networking knowledge. They always just try to follow the how to do that, like this shortcut way they try to apply. They don't have depth knowledge. So that's why basic networking is must. So if someone have already done the CCNA, someone already done the CCNP, I would say they are the best for this Palo Alto or any of the firewall. I would say, because CCNA is like fundamental. You just having the basic network fundamental understanding, all concept, what is the VLAN, what is the switch, what is the router, what is the different network type, how the static route can be configured, basic RIP OSPF, that how it is going to be happen in terms of the configuration. So you can easily understand the firewall basic networking whenever it is going to require. So why this networking is very play important role? Because every company, they having networks. If I'm saying they having network, that might be they having the multiple switch, multiple router, might be this is the ISP router, this is your C router, they connected via the ISP link, and this is your switch. From behind of this switch might be server connected, might be your access point connected, right? Might be your WLC connected, anything could be connected, might be your client connected, PC connected, anything could be connected. So this is your flat network. There is no security. you can play around the security, network security, that we call the ACL access control list. We can apply. We having some kind of the additional feature, like we can go with a fixed list. We can go some kind of the other kind of the port level blocking and all. But still, the robust security features we cannot achieve in the basic networking, right? So these network are the flat, and they always having a risk. It can be compromised because there is no security at all. So let's say suppose this is your C router connected with ISP, that is your internet facing router, and it is like your internet. So in this network, you can see this is the router, this is the switch, this is the switch, this is the server, right? This is the PC, that's the client, right? This is the WLC who is serving the Wi-Fi signal to this AP, and this AP is further serving to the client, laptop, anything could be. So these all are connected in the networking way. This could be called as a LAN, local area network, because they are in the single office, single building, or single location, because we are just discussing about the networking. But what if let's say suppose in this network you deploy very good server and your all ERP, that means your all transitions, whatever the company is doing, the financial stuff, anything, the invoicing, whatever they're doing, they're just storing this server, right? But this server is not very secure. Might be someone sitting on the internet. Let's say suppose someone sitting on the internet, and this person, what can they try? They can try to gain access of this server. How? Basically, they will try to come from internet, from the C router, and they will try to reach to the server. So if this is going to be happen, your server is going to be compromised. And might be I'm the hacker, I'm the some unauthorized person, I'm the bad person. If I'm going to do so, then you just have to pay very high cost to me if you want to again gain access of this server. Or might be anything I can do. My motive could be anything. I want to destroy your company, I want to gain a financial stuff from you, I want to lose your business, right? Like I'm your competitor, I just want to destroy your business so I can play like single-handed in the market. So there could be any motive, but end of the day, your main data or your critical data going to be lost. Why? Because you don't have anything in terms of the security. So just hold this word, like one set of concept we understand here in terms of the network, right? Let's focus in another set of example. Let's suppose you build a very big house, right? Or like very nice house, right? In this house, what you are going to do? You are going to design very good bedrooms, very good kitchens, everything you are going to design very nicely, right? But what you are not going to do, you are not going to install a door, right? So this is your house, but this house doesn't have any door, right? So what is going to happen? Any person might be in night, what you are going to do? In night, you are going to sleep. So if you are sleeping, some vulnerable person, unauthorized person, might be there is no door, so they can enter inside of your house and they can get out any of the valuable items from your home. And like you just might to next day, whenever you wake up in early in the morning, you'll find that my stuffs are missing. So somehow you are losing something, right? Because you don't have door. Let's say suppose you install a door, but you don't have lock, right? Still there is no lock, so people can come open a door because door is unlocked. So they can again enter and they can get out any of the item from your house. So again, you are losing something. So what that mean? What they're indicating? That means if you are putting a door, if you are putting a lock, they are acting as one of the security. That means even someone is trying to enter your house, someone is trying to enter your home, they must have to break your door first, right? They must have to put some effort. They cannot go inside without effort. There is still chance there is a still chance, might be people can enter your house, they can do the theft. I'm not saying there is no chance, they can do, but still in this scenario, once you're installing your door and lock, they have to put effort. It's not a blind call, right? It's not you are inviting someone to just come in my house and do whatever you want to do. No, you just have to put some extra effort, right? So once might be if he is putting extra effort, so there could be chance something going to be triggered. What going to be triggered? So might be some noise going to be triggered. So that noise is going to act as alarm, right? So that could be the one of the alarm. So because we are talking about our doors, so this noise is going to be alarm. So might be after hearing this noise as an alarm, you are in sleeping mode. You might be wake up and try to see, you just switch on the light. So might be the bad person who is trying to do the theft inside of home, they might be run away. So might be there is chance you can save your home, right? So this is one kind of the security, right? So if your door is weak, there is a high chance people can break the door. Your lock is weak, there is a very high chance people can break your lock. But what if you install a door in very high stainless steel material with a very high, might be Godrej lock, I can say like best lock in the market. So people have not that much, luxury. So Alok, you want to see video? My screen is visible, right? Can someone confirm?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Yeah, okay. So Alok is saying no video. So there's no video, Alok, because we just doing on the screen share. Okay. So I was talking, right? Let's say suppose you just install your door and that is the stainless steel and with the very Godrej high quality of lock. In that case, the bad person or whatever person who is trying to enter your home, that's not a cup of tea. Who is going to just enter in your house and do whatever you want. No, he have to struggle a lot. There is still chance the theft can be happen. Security can be breached, right? Your door security can be breached. I'm not saying it's 100% proved, but still you having ability to just get more time to just protect your house, right? Because you're having a very strong material supply inside of. What else? What else you can do? Let's say suppose people you apply the very good door, very good lock, but still there is chance security can happen. But how can I catch? So what you can do? You can install the CCTV, right? This can be again one layer, another security. At least you can track who enter in my house, right? At least you can track who enter in my house. So in this way, at least you can just try to see what is happening. And after the theft, at least you can try to see what has happened and you can take the necessary action. You can file the complaint, you can go for the tracking of the people. A lot of things can be happen. So might be the person who is trying to do the theft, once they see the CCTV, they will not having too much guts to just go inside your home because they are saying someone is looking at me and my video is getting recording. So there, this can be also going to give the additional layer of the security, right? What else? You can deploy the physical security guard, right? If you're having a lot of money, you can deploy the physical security guard, right? You can see a lot of houses having the physical security guard. So this is another layer of the security, right? Another layer of the security. So door, lock, CCTV, physical layer of security. So you can see how many type of security you have deployed. So there is less chance, still there is chance, might be theft is going to happen. It's not fully protected, but still it's a very low risk. That means your house is highly like protected. You're having a 3 layer of security. So what is going to happen in this scenario? If you're having 1 layer of security, you might have to pay less, right? If you're having CCTV, some cost is going to be added. So you have to pay more. So 2 layer of things more. Third is physical security. Again, you have to give the salary of the security guard. So again, going to be cost add. So you can see once you are increasing the security, your cost is getting higher, higher and higher, right? but you are getting more protected, right? So you having the more reliable, like I can say, security infrastructures. So this is your house, right? So let's just stop it here. Is there any question till now? The story what I told, or it is clear with everyone, right? Let me know if anyone having any question on that. Okay. So similar way, the story I told regarding the house, we are protecting with the different things, with a different method of the security. We having the method of the networking security. That means this block. So you can see this block. This is our network, right? So this network we have to secure in similar way, right? So in earlier scenario, when I explained that, I told you we having the internet. This is the hacker, right? Sitting on the internet, right? This hacker sitting on the internet, and this might be can do the. Sorry, I lost everything. No problem. So let me just draw again. Sorry for that. So this is your router, might be your C router. This is connected with ISP, and this ISP might be connected just internet. And behind of this, we might having the switch, which is connected to the router. And behind this switch, we having another switch, right? We having another switch. Here might be we having the WLC connected. Here might be having the AP connected, right? Here might be having the server connected, right? Here might be having the PC connected or any laptop connected. Could be anything. So you just have to think about. So you can see if there is one hacker sitting here, it is connected to the internet, and this is like hacker. So this hacker basically might be sitting on the internet, and this particular user or hacker is trying to access this server, right? Where is server? This server, right? So this can be come via this way, and after coming and they can access the server, because this network doesn't having like a gate who can block the internet based traffic. That means people can reach inside of your network without any restrictions. That means I'm inviting someone, you can come inside of my LAN network and do whatever you want to do, because this is your boundary. This is your boundary. This is the C router. Behind of this is your LAN, and this is your WAN. So till this WAN interface, anyhow, your internet can reach, because on this WAN interface, you having the public IP address. You just having the public IP address. Let me select the different color. No. No, this time, no, I don't want to destroy. Let me just do this. Okay. So this one having public IP address, and here you just having the private IP address, right? So might be you have doing some kind of NAT right here while going to public and private, but still there's no any kind of the security. You are not doing security. So the hackers are very intelligent. They know how to break the packets, how to snip the details inside from packet, and how they can read the package, and after reading the packet, how can enter you inside of your server, right? So this is your open door solution where anyone can enter inside of your network, and if they are entering inside of your network, then they can do anything, right? So how it is going to be protected? So we can deploy a firewall, right? We can deploy a firewall who can at least protect your network in term of the any connection either going out or coming in. Out or in. Any packet going out, that means from LAN to WAN, LAN to WAN. Any packet coming from WAN to LAN, right? WAN to LAN, that is going to be protected. How it is going to be protected? How router cannot do that? Why switch cannot do that? They can, but they having a very limited scope. Let me tell you what firewall can do in terms of the security, what router can do, and what switch can do. So we having a packet, we all know the OSI layer, right? In the OSI layer or TCP IP layer, we having a different layer here. We having the physical layer, right? We having the data link layer, right? We having the network layer, right? We having the what layer? Session layer? Transport layer. Transport layer. Even I forgot. Sorry for that. We having a transport layer, right? We having a session layer, right? And finally, all three called as a presentation layer, right? In TCP layer. Am I right? All three layers in TCP model, it's called as a presentation layer after transport. So our application layer we can say here, right? So what is going to be happen? See, if I talk about the router, what router can understand? They understand IP. What switch can understand? They understand the MAC address, right? But if someone want to understand the port numbers, the protocols numbers, applications, is it possible the router and switch can understand? The answer is no, it's not possible. Because the design, its way, the manufacturing of the router and switch happen in this way, they can only understand about the layer 2 or layer 3 addressing, not more than that, okay? Even we can do some kind of stuff in the router in terms of the port level blocking. There is a provision, we can call the port, we can block. But if you want to go for the more intense level of the blocking on the router, level of the application, signatures, like we just have to track the threads, a lot of feature we have in the firewall, I'll tell you, that's not possible. We can do insert of the blocking in terms of the port level, the transport level, network level, but not on the application level, not on like very robust way in terms of the what firewall can do, right? So that's why if we having a different kind of the requirement in terms of the blocking, allow the connection based on the matching the ACLs, matching the security policy, that's not possible on the router and the switch. So that's why there is a requirement. We just have to deploy a very intelligent device who can at least work on all layers. They understand layer 2, that means MAC. They understand layer 3, that is the IP address. They understand the layer 4, that is your port and protocols number, whatever we have. They understand the layer 7, that is application. So everything they going, and L1 is a physical. They also can do the L1, like physical connectivity also. So they can work on the every layer, like whatever you want, they can do. Every kind of traffic that is going to be inspected by the device, that devices become a more powerful in your network, because the manufacturing of that device, the design of that device is happen in such way where people can see all layer. In fact, layer 2, not layer 1, that's just the physical connectivity, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and layer 7 traffic, right? So that's why we can install a firewall here. We can install the firewall here. And once we install the firewall, whatever the traffic going in to out, that is LAN to WAN, right? The all traffic is going to be inspected. If I'm using a word inspected, that means that is going to be checked, right? Someone is going to monitor. So if we're going, if you want to go into out, firewall will check, are you a right person to go into out? or someone is trying to come from out to in, that is WAN to LAN, that is also going to be inspected by the firewall. Are you the right person who is trying to in of my LAN network? If the answer is no, that might be you can be drop equal to block, right? So it can be drop or might be the firewall is going to block you. If you're the not right person, if you're right person, that can be allow and traffic can be pass, anything, right? So drop, allow, block, allow, anything you can think. That means block or drop, that means you are not authorized to go inside of my network. You are not authorized to go my outside of network from firewall perspective. Allow, that means, or pass, that means you are authorized to go of my networks, right? So this is about the networking and the firewall requirement. So firewall, in the end summary, the firewall is the one of the key thing. Without a firewall, likewise the open house, you are inviting everyone from the outside of the world, and even your employee sitting inside of your company, do anything, do wrong thing, destroy my organization, right? So any good organization, or I can say any of the organization, not going to give a flat network to someone come inside my house or my network and destroy anything, right? So that's why firewall is the most useful, most powerful tool that is going to protect your LAN infrastructure, enterprise infrastructure, your data center infrastructure. In sort of somewhere, if you are the ISP, even many of the ISP are installing the firewall, some kind of they having a design to protect their infrastructure as well. So most of the case you'll find the firewall deployment in the enterprise infrastructure, banking sector, that all come FMGC, whatever you think, the companies, they all installing the firewalls, right? Now we understand what is the role of the firewall. It is going to protect our network. Then the question is coming in your mind, might be everyone having the question in their mind. We having a lot of firewall in the market, like Cisco firewall, most popular, checkpoint firewall, right? We having a FortiGate firewall, right? We having the Palo Alto firewall, right? We having a Suppose firewall, a lot of firewall available in the market. You can see the Azure firewall, at the cloud firewall. Which firewall shall I select, right? And why I select that firewall? Why I can go with the Cisco? Why I can go with the Palo Alto? Why I can go with the Checkpoint, FortiGate, all, right? So just think about, it's matter of choice and matter of the feature, right? What exactly do you like? What kind of services? What kind of the security you want in your network, right? Just think in this way. In market, we having a lot of mobile phone, right? In market, we having mobile phone. Someone is buying the iPhones. Someone is buying some Samsung mobile phone, right? Someone is buying from Nokia. Someone like might be Xiaomi, right? Or might be any. So a lot of vendor available in the market. Microsoft also. So all phone are doing the, like almost every phone is doing the same thing, right? You can use the WhatsApp, you can use the Twitter, you can use the Facebook, you can watch the YouTube, you can do the video call, you can do the voice call. Every phone can do, right? It's not like Apple can do, iPhone can do, Samsung cannot do, Nokia cannot do. No. Basic requirements, like whatever user want, right? A normal, like human want, every phone having similar kind of a feature. So they can do, right? But why people buy an iPhone? Why people buy a higher cost phone? Because they want to get some experience who can, help them to just perform their own thing in very fast manner, very sophisticated way, or like intent base, I can say. Like if I want to make a PPT, right? If I want to make a PPT and I just want to like use a lot of tools where my PPT can be, completed without any issue on the phone. So might be I can buy iPhones, right? I want to some kind of the tool where I can do the drawings. I can do some sketches. I want to some play a specific, very unique games. Might be that is not available on the Nokia or Xiaomi or like Microsoft phone, but that is available in the iPhones. Might be I want multitasking should be happen on my phone, but my phone cannot be, like heat, cannot be hunger state. So might be I'll go for the higher configuration phones. So could be the multiple scenario where people can think about before buying the phones, right? Similar way, if you're buying the very good product, you just have to pay more, right? If you have to, you can use the basic things, but in addition of the basic things, you're having some advanced feature also available in the phone. Similar way, if you are going to buy any of the firewall, every firewall having the basic requirement. They can do basic security requirement. What is the basic security requirement? They can understand the layer 3 traffic. They can understand the layer 4 traffic. They can understand the layer 7 traffic, because the all firewall nowadays have become a next generation firewall, right? So they can do everything, whatever you think about the security. But why I choose some specific vendor? Again, it's matter of choice, right? And how choice can be decided? What exactly I want for my network. So what could be the criteria, right? What could be the criteria for selecting any of the firewall? So I'm just going to showcase one of the dashboard where you will see that a lot of firewall, Checkpoint, Palo Alto, Cisco, Fortinet, we having, right? And there is like one of the ratings we having available for the open source is securityplanet.com. They're saying that we having a different performance measurement criteria for the every firewalls. Like some firewall having very good or best rating in terms of security performance, value for money, easy to implementation, easy to manage, technical support, center and cloud features. So you can see we having a lot of kind of the like parameters on which the securityplanet.com has been rated of different firewalls, right? And if you see that Checkpoint and Palo Alto in the first block, in this first block, what is happening? They are talking about the 4 parameters: best, very good, good, and fair for the every features. So think about the security performance. Like everyone is doing the same work, security. But what is the performance? Likewise, the phone. Every phone is doing the call, WhatsApp, video call, YouTube, Facebook. But what is the performance of that phone? Is it matter for me? Yes, it is matter for me. How is it matter to me? Just think. So you can see in this rating, it is saying in the Checkpoint, the security performance is not the best. It's a very good. But for Palo Alto, it's the best. So there is slightly difference in the security performance. That means both are doing the security. So might be having a 2 camera, CCTV camera, right? 2 vendors. Might be one you having the whatever vendor, CP plus, another you having some kind of the vendor might be MI. So both are the CCTV camera, right? Both are doing the same thing. But how you are going to judge which one is the best? It's depend on the picture quality of the camera, the distance from where they are capturing, right? So might be you just doing 2 criteria, 2 CCTV, think as a firewall. Both are doing the security things, but how the performance is going to measure? Based on the quality of the picture. Might be someone is coming, some camera is capturing the picture very long distance and very clear. Someone is even from the closer, there's no blurred picture is coming. So that is the performance of the camera. I can see clearly one camera is lacking behind another camera. Similar kind of the feature available in the Palo Alto Firewall and the Checkpoint Firewall. You can see security performance is going to be degraded if you see in compare of the Palo Alto and the Checkpoint. It doesn't mean Checkpoint is like lacking somewhere, or might be it's not a best firewall. It is a best, but in compared to the Palo Alto, somehow they're having a lower security performance. But if you go in the Cisco, you can see even Cisco is more lower than the Checkpoint. It's a good category. It's a very good category, and Palo Alto is the best. And if you go the Fortinet again, it's having the best security performance, equal to Palo Alto firewalls. So it's clearly shows like in terms of the security performance, Palo Alto Fortinet is leading in the market, and Cisco is lacking in the market, right? It's like good, but not even up to the Checkpoint, right? So this is how security performance of the Palo Alto and Fortinet is leading in the market. So moving to next, after the security performance, what else we have, right? So we having the value for money. So why I should buy the Checkpoint? Why should buy the Palo Alto? I should also check my pocket. Do I have money? Why not I can buy the Apple, but might be I have to sell my kidney to just buy the Apple, right? I don't have money, right? I can just afford for the MI, or might be the Nokia, or might be the any other low cost phone, but I cannot afford for the high cost phone. So similar way is going to happen for the value for money. So you can see like Checkpoint is fair, but Palo Alto is good. Here, Palo Alto is good. Palo Alto is good, but Fortinet is like awesome. It's value for money, like it's like good, no need to worry, right? So even you can see till now, Fortinet is leading. Now the next one is like implementation. Checkpoint easy to implement, Palo Alto easy to implement, Cisco not very easy to implement, like with the Checkpoint and the Palo Alto. They are, you can think about the brother. If you know the Palo Alto, Checkpoint, either of the firewall, you can easily understand another firewall. If you're very good with the Checkpoint, you can easily configure the Palo Alto firewall. If you're very good in the Palo Alto firewall, you can easily configure the Checkpoint firewall. So both having the similar kind of the dashboard and the configuration method, right? Some technology is behind of this firewall is going to be changed, but remaining thing is going to be same. But Cisco is not as compared to the like good as Checkpoint and the Palo Alto, and like Fortinet is also somewhere like below the Checkpoint in the firewall because they're having the complexity. I have one question from the Alok. He's asking, sir, what different between the antivirus and the firewall both protect the outside data packets? That's really good question, and thanks Alok for asking. I really appreciate. So he's asking that difference between the antivirus and the firewall. So two things he's mentioning. Firewall, I explained what is a firewall. Antivirus, he is like talking antivirus, and now he's talking like both protect the outside data packets. That's a really good question. One is the firewall and one is the antivirus. So see Alok and everyone, antivirus and the firewall, right? Both are acting as a just one of the security element. But if you just think about firewall, they having a combination of the features, like variety of the features, right? The firewall can checks. It's also include the antivirus. Also in the Palo Alto firewall, it's also going to include the antivirus. It's already included in the firewall feature. Antivirus inspection is going to happen. But if you're talking the antivirus individual, that is the individual element from the firewall. So likewise, you install the antivirus software in the network. So any malicious traffic is going to come from the internet. Might be your antivirus is going to kill them, or might be their antivirus is going to tell you, hey, something is going to run wrong from your system. Just scan it and kill them. So that's just one element of the antivirus, and firewall is a combination of the multiple element. Likewise, antivirus, vulnerability protections, we having data leak protection, URL filtering, lot of things, wildfire analysis, file blocking. So those all combination is available in the firewall, right, Alok? So they both are doing the same thing, but one is a single entity element, another is the complete set of the multiple elements, right? So we'll discuss later. I'll tell you how the antivirus is going to be protected in the firewall. So we having a dedicated module. You can see anti-spyware, antivirus, vulnerability, URL filtering, data filtering, DOS protection, wildfire, security profile, file blocking. A lot of things we having to discuss, right? So just hold your thoughts, right? Let me complete this story. Then we'll discuss about the lab part in last 10 to 15 minutes, how the lab is going to look like. So I'll try to give some kind of the like overview. So let's complete this section, then we'll go for the next one. Okay. Any other question, guys, till now? Anyone wanted to ask? Just have a 2-3 minutes Q&A session. If anyone having any question, understanding, not understanding, just give me yes, no, if you guys understanding or not understanding. So I'll come to know I'm on the right track or wrong track. If need to something add, I'll try to add.
No, it's perfect actually. I like the way you are delivering.
Thank you, Hemansu. Thank you so much, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, Mathu. Thank you, Alok. All right. So that's
So,
really good.
One
Yes.
second, sir. I have one question. Like some in every company, they're arranging firewalls. Like okay, so that's fine. But where is it exactly located? Is it is before the routers or before the switches or before the servers? How can we assume like that? How can we understand where it is exact position where we need to put it in the position?
That's a really good question. I really appreciate the position. Like people are always confused where I should install the firewall, right? It's really a nice question, right? I appreciate that. So just think about you having a one entry point from the internet. It could be on your router or it could be on your firewall. You just have to think how you just want to take your internet traffic, right? So let's say suppose this is the internet world, ISP, not IPS. Sorry for that. You can directly terminate the traffic on the router. So one public IP, PIP here, one public IP here. So this is a one way. Another way, I can connect same ISP on my firewall. I can just connect the public IP here and one public IP might be here. So my termination is going to happen of the ISP, either of the scenario, and both are correct. Both are correct. Then how I can decide which can I need to be used, the first one or the second one. So if you are using this first solution, your network is flat. There's no security. And let's say suppose there is a LAN. This is your switch, right? And this switch need to be connected with this router. So again, here you just have to install the firewall, right? So any traffic from LAN to WAN that can be inspected. But in this scenario, their switch is going to be directly connected to the firewall, right? So this become your LAN and this become your WAN. So any traffic LAN to WAN, WAN to WAN is going to be inspected to the firewall because your link is directly terminating to the firewall. So it is always choice of your technical designer, your model of the firewall, which model of the firewall you are going to use, how much money you are going to invest. Because if this firewall is going to be lower end and you want to deploy it on the WAN side, might be you just not able to take all the internet based routes. If you want to run the BGP, right? and you want to take all the BGP routing from the ISP, more than 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs route we having in the BGP world. So this firewall is not able to take that load, right? So they don't have the that much robust routing engines. So might be you're not able to handle the traffic. Might be you have to just process a lot of routing things. Might be you have to connect a lot of network devices, a lot of switches. So might be you have to struggle, right? But if you're having the high-end firewall, no need to struggle. You can do this design also. Just eliminate the router, install the firewall. You can save the cost. So either way, it's can be deployed, but most of the case, always, or I can say 90% of scenario, you'll find that a router just facing to ISP, and then after we deploy the firewalls. So this is how we connect the, real scenario. I'm telling from the industry, not like something in lab, right? So this is how we generally having the routers connected here. And after the router, we having might be the layer 2 switch where we are running the HSRP for the gateway redundancy. Also, we have to see, because we have to see the gateway redundancy also. So in that scenario, we just install the firewalls here where my traffic is coming, that is coming from the firewall, then going to internet router, then going to the ISP. So this is how the connection and connectivity is going to be happen. So both of the case is right, but it's just matter of discussion how your technical team is thinking to going to deploy. Either way, it's fine, but it's just matter of the hardwares, which hardware you're going to deploy. Clear? I hope this makes sense, right? So I was talking about the implementation, you can see. So value for money, implementation, very easy to implement. Palo Alto and Checkpoint. Cisco is little bit not little bit more complex than the Fortinet. Management, easy to manage the Checkpoint and the Palo Alto again. Cisco is like lacking, Fortinet again lacking. Support, Cisco is always super. You can see Palo Alto always super, but the Fortinet support and the Checkpoint support is lacking. But Cisco and Palo Alto, Cisco support is documentation, nobody can going to beat, right? And the cloud features. Now we are in the cloud era. So everyone is talking about the cloud. So cloud feature for the Checkpoint is having the more in compared to the all vendors. So that's why you can see in overall Palo Alto having some really great feature, Fortinet also having a great feature, Checkpoint also having the great features. That's why even in the Gartner Magic reports, that is a last year, not this year. So I'll update this slide later. You can see in this particular Gartner Magic, we having 3 leaders in the market for the firewall category. Palo Alto, even leaders of leader, right? You can see in the top of the leaders, right? Fortinet and Checkpoint. These all are the, like, I can say best firewall available in the market. Either that's going to help you in the career, and a lot of project is running on all the firewalls, right? So you can go any of the firewall, there is no problem. Apart from that, you can see we having a challenger, we having a niche players, we having the visionaries, right? You can see. So Cisco, Alibaba, Microsoft, Huawei, Juniper, AWS. So a lot of Azure is also leading in the market, a lot of good features in the cloud firewalls. So a lot of things available in the market, but the Palo Alto is the best. So that's why we are doing here best firewall learning, right? And after doing the best firewall learning, we'll get the best knowledge, and then we'll get the best position where you are right now, and you will become the best position after completing the course, right? So this will be our goal, and we have to achieve this all goal together, right? So we understand the firewall concept, we understand why Palo Alto firewall. Now let's understand the Palo Alto product portfolio. So this Palo Alto having 3 sections available in the market where the Palo Alto is kept selling their products. The first one is a Strata PS-Rich firewall. Second one is a Prisma Access, and the third one is the Cortex XDR. Right. So these are the 3 flavors available in the market, and we are going to cover this yellow Strata PS-Rich. This is the Prisma Access. This is the cloud firewall feature of the Palo Alto. That's come with the SASE solution, secure access services, where we can use the firewall as a service. secure web gateway, zero trust network access, Prisma access, cloud native security platform, Prisma SD-WAN. Like SD-WAN is also available in the Palo Alto. So if someone is planning to go with a Cisco SD-WAN, Versa SD-WAN, Fortinet SD-WAN, Prisma SD-WAN, you can do it, right? Velo Cloud SD-WAN, you can do it. There's no problem. So SD-WAN is also available. So we are not going to cover because this is like cloud platform. Here we are going to cover enterprise firewall syllabus. So that is a one product. That is second. This is the second product. This is a third product. This is all about the monitoring, like for the tracking of the network, how it's might be behaving. So it's a more monitoring and tool and all. So Cortex SDR. And here in this section, we'll understand like application ID, user ID, content ID, device ID, next generation firewall feature, like lot of things, panorama, firewall management. So almost these all syllabus we are going to cover throughout the session, like platform and the architecture, initial setup configuration. We'll do a lot of things, initial access and system configuration management, licensing, software upgrades, account administrations. Interface configuration will do that, security zone, layer 2, layer 3, virtual wire, tap, sub interface, DSCP, virtual routers. So you can see a lot of things we have to do in the module 1 and 2 and 3, and module 4 will be the like our backbone, NAT, security policy and NAT, where we'll do the 4 type of NAT, source NAT, destination NAT, U-turn NAT, dual NAT, all will do. Trust me, you guys will enjoy it. Not my word. All NAT is going to help you and like give the flavor inside how this source NAT and U-turn NAT and dual NAT as like playing a very important role in the security domains and what is important. Security policy configuration, policy administration, that all we are going to. Virtual routers, that is the routing. I'll show you how the routing is going to be configured in the firewall, how the OSPF static routing, how the VLANs, everything we're going to do. So like, it's very interesting. User ID, you can see user ID is here. So this is the app ID, unique feature, trademark. You can see TM is a trademark. The content ID, you can see antivirus, anti-spyware vulnerability, URL filtering, data filtering, DOS protection. So everything, file blocking, wildfire, everything we'll understand. SSL decryptions, we'll see how the SSL decryption is going to play a vital role in the security. What is the meaning of the outbound SSL decryption, inbound SSL decryption, certificate management. What is the use of the decryption? Why you use the decryptions? Always you'll face this question in the interviews. So we'll do in the labs, not the theory. Okay. Everything, whatever I'm showing, none of thing is going to be without lab. Okay. So user ID also, you can see, I'll show you in the lab. So let me show something. You guys get the lab access. So in labs also, like we having so we have just integrated a lot of things like AD integration. You can see FTP server integration, Linux machine integration with the Palo Alto Firewall, zones mapping, everything. So these all are going to happen in this way, where you guys will like do real steps. What actually we wanted to experience in terms of the learning. So it's not like something theoretically is going to cover. Also everything in the practical. Almost everything in the practical, and the finally we'll understand the IPsec tunnel, what is going to happen, like every phase 1, phase 2, 6 packet exchange. I'll tell this concept from the CCI book. Okay, so complete IPsec understanding, phase 1, phase 2, how the message negotiation, how the tunnel is going to be, what is the use of the phase 1, how the 6 packet going to exchange, what is the 3 packet exchange, how the main mode, what is the like tunnel mode, what is the like we can say like IKEY version and IKEY version 2. So everything is going to be covered in detail, and then we'll do some testing where the tunnel is going to be up, and then we'll do the final verification. So we'll understand this. And panorama, will understand what is the use of the panorama, and we'll try to do some kind of the basic test, and then finally we can check with the high ability, how the high ability is going to be configured, what is the mean of the active and passive HA environment. So everything is going to be covered. And probably let me tell you. So yes, please. Hello.
Sir, are we not going to cover global protect?
So we'll discuss the concept of the global protect. But in this course, we are not going to full configuration going to do in the global protect, but we'll discuss like theoretically how the global protect is going to be, useful for you, because we're having the license issue. So we cannot use the full flavor of the global protect, but I'll tell you the almost everything what is going to be happen in terms of the global protect. So no worry for that. Okay. I'll cover those topics if you guys want. Okay.
And sir, what about the troubleshooting things like
Troubleshooting, yes. Troubleshooting is like last class, whatever having second and last class. Throughout the session, we'll complete the all session. Then we having the troubleshooting session where I'll tell you everything about this particular packet flow. So let me tell you. So I'll show you in the troubleshooting how the packet is going to receive in the Palo Alto Firewall. And not only the theoretical, I'll cover this particular packet flow, but after completion of this packet flow, I'll tell you how basically packet actually look like in the firewall in the fast path and the slow path, and how actually they are entering in the fast path and slow path, and where they are stucking. So I believe we having a lab also for trouble tickets. If not, generally I cover this in this particular site-to-site VPNs. So in this, basically, we can create the trouble tickets and we can troubleshoot, because we're having a two firewall where traffic is going in the trust to untrust, here entering the same traffic untrust to trust. So we're having a lot of combination where we can see when the packet is coming from trust to untrust, how this firewall is going to behave, and then after when it is taking the IPsec tunnel, when it is reaching to the firewall, how this is going to behave. We'll make some mistake. You guys not, I'll make some mistakes and we'll together troubleshoot how the mistake can be mitigated. So that session is also going to be covered. No need to worry about that. Okay.
so sir, that session will be after completing the course.
Because if we not complete the all understanding, if we'll directly go the troubleshooting, then all concept not going to be happen, right? Not after completing the course. That means that is going to happen on the second class or the second last class. Like means the when we will about to finish everything, then we'll go for the troubleshooting session. Then we'll understand what we have done in past and what we are doing right now. Because if I do in day one troubleshooting class and people don't know about the initial configuration, zone, security, and policy and that, then how the troubleshooting is going to help? Not help, no? So first you have to understand everything. What is a single pass architecture? What is the flow logic? How the initial configuration is going to happen? How the zone configuration, virtual wire, tap, SAP interface, routing, policy, NAT. Then troubleshooting is going to be help you after completing this all. If you want after this also, I can take the troubleshooting class. There is no problem.
No,
Okay.
sir, actually, I'm already working for Palo Alto, and my main focus for this course is for the troubleshooting thing. And I was told that troubleshooting will be the main focus. But as you are saying
So
that
okay,
troubleshooting will be done after.
troubleshooting will be the main focus. There is no problem. But troubleshooting comes with the configuration. Okay. So we'll do the configuration and troubleshooting together. So troubleshooting, that means one troubleshooting where we combine all topics together and we go for this packet level troubleshooting, where we'll discuss this packet flow entirely in the one troubleshooting flow. That is the 1 or 2 classes going to happen. Okay. That is one thing. But if you are talking about the individual thing troubleshooting, so yes, that is going to happen. But how this is going to happen? This is going to happen. Let's suppose we done the zone configuration, right? Layer 2 configuration. After doing this layer 2 configuration, my 2 PC are not communicating. Then what is going to be happen? How the issue is going to be troubleshoot? That will do in the every class. Let's suppose this layer 2 lab I have, right? They need to talk, right? One ticket. This PC not able to talk to this PC, right? And this is a layer 2 lab. Then you have to fix that. Why it is not talking? So this scenario, a daily basis, I'll discuss to you. Might be the zone, here LAN, here trust. Someone is created everything correctly fine in the firewall, but they forget to create the security policy from trust to LAN zone. Then how this is going to be happen? This communication is not going to happen. So this kind of troubleshooting we will discuss daily basis, because without discussion, this kind of troubleshooting and scenario, how we can complete the topic, right? So no need to worry. Troubleshooting always comes with the concepts. Your concept is fine. You're doing the right way of the configuration. You will learn troubleshooting easily. But if your concept is not right, if you're not able to do the right configuration, then might be will struggle even in the troubleshooting, right? So no need to worry for that. Okay. Any other question, guys? Okay. So I believe we have done some good discussion about the firewalls, about the Palo Alto, about the course content, about the certifications, right? And why we need the firewall. What we'll do in next class, like might be tomorrow or Monday, I don't know. So I'll check.
Yeah, from tomorrow only, sir. There
Yeah,
is no
so
gap. We have to continue.
okay, so tomorrow, see, it's Monday to Friday, right, sir?
Yeah, correct, Himanshu.
Okay. So, what we'll do, we'll go with the module by module discussion, because we have done like very good discussion today about the basic understanding about the firewall. So what I'll do, I'll start from the module 1 from the next class, where I'll discuss about the single pass architecture with the parallel processing and the flow logic of the like packet flow, what I'm showing here, right? So this is the thing we have to understand. Without understanding this packet flow and the single pass architecture, probably we'll not able to go for the next modules. And trust me, this module will cover in day 1, but this is going to finish on the day last when we finish the our course, because this is something we start from here, we end from here, because it's include every packet processing of the firewall in the flow logic, right? So this flow logic is keep going to be refer from day 1 to like whenever the course is going to be finished. Okay.